Hey guys, left-handed shooter here. I decided to kind of do like a mini video series on getting into hunting on a limited budget or on a lower end budget. Because I know that's how I started. I got introduced to archery hunting through my buddy Kevin and one of my coworkers as well. They were both into it, and Arizona has over-the-counter archery tags for deer, and they got a few other species that you can do over-the-counter archery for. So it's kind of not to say gaming the game, but it kind of gives you that additional opportunity if you don't get drawn in the big game draws that they do for different species, that you at least have the opportunity to go bow hunting and still be able to tag out on a deer. So with that in mind, I'll cover in this first video, it's probably going to be a multiple video series. In this first video, I'm just going to cover, starting with the bow, the basics with the bow, releases, arrows, things of that nature. The bow that I got is, I got it from Cabela's last year on Black Friday kind of deal. It was around Black Friday. I don't remember if it was October or November, but they dropped this one. This one is Influence from Cabela's, but if you check on one of the arms, it says it's made by Bowtech. So Bowtech is a pretty reputable company for compound bows. So I got this one for $200. It was what's known as a ready to hunt package, RTH package. So basically what that means is the bow came with an arrow rest. It came with the sight. It wasn't this sight. Mine actually came with this tiny little Apex Gear 3-pin sight. It was good for starters for me, but for the start of this season, I upgraded to True Glow 5-pin sight. So I got this one ranging from 20 to 60 yards. But basically, as you see the bows, what it comes with, it's got a partial whisker biscuit arrow rest. It's got a little octane stabilizer. Came with the quiver that holds 5 arrows on it. And that one's an octane quiver as well. But so yeah, I got the bow as it was, fully set up, rest, the sight that it came with, quiver, for $200. While I was there, I decided to purchase a release as well, since you can't really shoot a compound bow without a release. So I went ahead and got my first release. I was kind of on a budget. Like I said, I wanted to get into the sport and see if I liked it or not. But I got this TrueFire Patriot. It's a simple little release. It's got a fixed head on it and Velcro strap. So that was cool and all when I started, but not having the ability to have the release arm folding back, or some of them have cloth arms leading up to the clip, so that will flap around or whatnot. But to start off this season, I went ahead and upgraded to a TrueFire Smoke in all black, and it folds back. So when you're ready to draw, you have it forward. You can attach your release, flip the arm back, and it's out of your way. You can still do whatever movements. For those of you that do tree stand hunting, it'll allow you to climb up the tree stand, do whatever you need to do with having that that arm folded back. So bow package ready to hunt, no arrows, was $200. I got this TrueFire Patriot for $20. And then when I upgraded to the new one was $30. I think I got it on Amazon for $30. Normally in stores are about 40 or 50, just depending on what store you're shopping at. But sometimes shopping around on Amazon, you might get a better price. The True Glow sight that I got for this bow was the Carbon Hybrid. What is it? The Carbon Hybrid. I think it's Micro Adjust. I think it's what it's called. Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, Carbon Hybrid Micro Adjust. So that means it's got minuscule movements that I can move the things around, just minor changes. And that one I got it on Amazon, and that one was $70. Normally retails for, I think it's 100. Some people like going to the single pin approach. Some people like the multiple pin. It's all personal preference. But when I started off, $200 bow, $20 release. And like I said, it came with the quiver. My quiver is fully loaded over there. But I went from there. I got this at Cabela's with my release. And then on my way home that same day that I bought it, I stopped by Sportsman's Warehouse. That's on my way home. And I got some little practice arrows. It's Ballistic Hunter 400 spine based off of my needs of my draw weight and draw length and everything. And I paid $27 for a 6-pack, which is really on the cheap end, but surprisingly enough, these things have held up. I've beat them to crap. I've driven some into the dirt trying to sight my original sight in. But yeah, so $200 bow, $20 release, and $30 for arrows. You're looking at $250 to get started. And then from there, you have to go get a target. So target, I mean, it's a huge variety of prices that you can have. But usually want to get one that's for field points only and go from there. So all in all, I got a bow, release, and arrows ready to go out the door for around $250, which was phenomenal. But yeah, that's what I started with that. Basically, my recommendation, and this was just from me learning as a newbie to the sport, is get sighted in to at least 20 yards. You know, start off small, start off at 10 yards. It doesn't seem like much, but, you know, there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube that'll teach you how to get your pins aligned and your sight aligned for 20 yards. I started off with 10 just because closer distance means less room for error. And then now I actually spend most of the time shooting at 20 yards just to keep my mechanics down of drawing, aiming, taking my time, and then, you know, squeezing the trigger to release the arrows. But my recommendation, start off small, practice, get comfortable with the mechanics, have a friend watch you and let you know where you can improve, you know, whether it's the way you're standing, the way you're squaring off to the target, the way you're gripping the bow, your peep sight alignment. The primary reason that I switched to a different sight was the sight radius between my peep sight and this sight was extremely close. And the new sight that I have increases my sight radius. I got a new peep sight put on it as well. So yeah, I've made a few upgrades since I originally got the bow back in November of last year. I've made, you know, a few changes, but that's just all because I've been growing into it. And the features on this bow were pretty flexible for what it was. Let me see if it's got them listed. So yeah, it's got a draw length maximum of 29 inches. I think it was as low as, I think, 25 inches. So I had it, actually I think it has it on here. It could go as low as 20 inches all the way to 30. Here it says 29 on the actual tag. So it had a big window to grow into for me. Obviously not for the draw length. The draw length is going to be set to me. But having that flexibility allows that if I decide to upgrade one day and I get rid of it, it provides the next person if they that chooses to purchase this off of me the flexibility of draw length. If they're a little bit shorter, if they're a little bit taller, they can still get a couple inches out of it. The other thing is it had a draw weight maximum of 70 pounds, but as low as 50. So I had a 20-pound variable in draw weight, which you kind of start slowly growing into. When I first bought it, they had it set to 50. And that's about the average when somebody starts off, is around 50 pounds just to get familiar with the movements, and then from there you can increase it on your own. I've increased it about 2 or 3 times since I actually first purchased the bow, and you know, it's allowed me to grow into it. But overall, it's, you know, it does everything that I need it to do. It was on a budget because some bows can range all the way up to $500 or $600, some of them up to $1,000, and then you start throwing in the arrow rest, the sights, you know, upgrading your peep sight, you know, making all those changes, putting a stabilizer, all of that. So yeah, for a budget $250, I got started into bow, or archery, I should say, not bow hunting. Bow hunting is a completely separate thing. But yeah, $250 got me a bow, quiver, release, arrows, and a bow ready to shoot out of the box. When I bought it at Cabela's, they adjusted it for my specific needs. When I went to Sportsman's Warehouse, they adjusted it back down on the draw length. They said my draw length originally was too long based off of what Cabela's had set it at. So they took it down half an inch, and that's where I'm sitting at now. But yeah, for $250, you can get started. Maybe upwards of $300, just depending. It's just about searching for those sales. I know Cabela's and Bass Pro and other major retailers do sales around Black Friday, and they drop all unsold inventory on bows down in price significantly. So sometimes it's just a matter of searching around that time frame to see if they have any good deals going on. But yeah, that's my start with archery. Next video, I'll probably cover, you know, some of the other basic essentials for actually starting into the hunting aspect. I will also be doing one on a budget rifle build or a budget rifle to get out there and get into rifle hunting on a budget as well. But that's all I got for you guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave a comment below with whatever you got. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.